Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Blue, our bear. He's Blue.
I'm Blue over here.
Okay. We're going to do a discussion on Agent Avenue.
Agent Avenue. So, Agent Avenue is a game where your goal is to catch your opponents. And by catch your opponent, we're essentially going to be playing cards, moving around the board. As we play on the advanced side, but let's go to the simple side. And as you play cards, they're going to be moving you certain spaces. And once you pass your opponent, then you've captured them. So that is the general idea of the game.
And you do this through playing different cards. If you really want to know the rules to it, you can watch us struggle through them in our previous video.
Or you can teach people now, because they might just watch this video and go buy the game. That's what I do. I look at review videos before I buy games.
Ah, interesting.
So, the mechanism that you do that is very simple.
Whoever turn it is, you're going to play two cards,
Yep,
one face up and one face down.
And then you do the offering of, like Bear said, one face up, one face down. And then the opponent, they can't see that. The opponent is going to choose one of those two.
So do I take the obvious one that's face up, or do I take the one that's face down that may or may not be good? So it's kind of a mind game of tricking your opponent into which one, which is a horrible thing to do with my friend Blue here because his mind,
My mind is very specific.
it just doesn't make sense to most people.
It's like the ocean is very Pacific.
So then you have to take one. I'll take the face down one.
And I take the face up one.
And then you look at how many of these cards you already have. If you have only one, you do the first number. If you have two, you do the second number. If you have three or more, you do the third number. So I have 0 sentinels, so I move 0 spots.
And we're assuming that I had an enforcer already, but then I got another enforcer, so I'm going to move 2 now.
So 1, 2.
Because of the number here that says 2, not because I have 2 cards, just to clarify. And then
In doing so, you'll eventually come to the, you can overrun your opponent.
overtake your opponent. And the overtaking directions and the arrows are pointing in the clockwise direction. So basically I have to be able to, it says overtake, so I have to be able to pass my opponents before they do the same to me. So it's kind of like a cat and mouse, or I guess, was this fox and cat? I don't know, what animals are these? It's like, it's actually cat and dog.
You're getting very in the weeds with this, but...
Yeah, but the artwork is really cool.
It is. It's very nice looking artwork. I really appreciate that all the cards, like Sentinels, have different poses and different art on every one. They're not just the same art on every card. Same thing with all of these. Like the Enforcers have different cards.
Put over here.
Oh, okay.
So the Saboteur, there's 2 Saboteurs, but they're quite different artwork. I mean, not like so different that you can't tell which one's which, but they are very distinct, but yet different pose and different stuff like that. And I think this is a great use of art, so I agree with you on that one, Bear. Right, sorry, you can go ahead. I'm just trying to get some more artwork out so people can look at the wonderful art. I also like the art a lot. I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great art. I really like it. That's the basics of the game. You get into like the advanced version where you have black markets that are on the board. And if you land directly on one, then you'll have a pool of black market cards over here. And each one does something, either it's an instant card, which has a lightning bolt, or it's an ongoing effect, which has the affinity sign. And it just changes the way the affinity ones change the way the game is for the rest of the game for you. And the instant ones is usually a one-time ability that you can do against your friend, or
General one shot.
so it adds a little bit of change to the game.
And the game plays very quickly, which is a pro and a con in my opinion. But I don't wanna bury the lead here. What do you think of the game, Bear?
I feel like it's a pretty simple game, other than we had the
Rules lording.
Well, the disconnect of what was overtaking. If I went backwards, did I miss you? So overall, I feel like it's probably like a 6 or 7. I like that.
6 or 7. Wow, it's pretty high for you.
I mean, it's a quick game. I like quick games. I prefer to get a couple games in when I'm in that mood. I mean, sometimes I'm in the mood for a game that lasts, 15, 16 minutes. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a game that lasts 15 or 16 hours.
15, 16 hours is a reasonable amount of time for board games. I mean, in like
some people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
But the primary thing is like, the game plays quick, and I agree that like kind of the quick play time is, like I said, a pro and con. I do mean pro and con, because sometimes it's like, I kind of wish I had more turns of it. What do you think of mechanics? Because like I think that's an important part of that.
I feel like as a 2-player game, I like it because I like that it's you're trying to get into the head of your opponent, trying to make them think, well, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Unfortunately, you and I think very differently.
Very differently.
So I'd be like, clearly he's going to take this card and not the face down card. He's like, no, I'm taking the face down card. I'm like, but that's the one you need right there. And it just,
It's chaos ensues. So what you're saying is that I'm a little well. We haven't played games like this a lot. So where you're trying to rely on the brain of your opponent or the person you're playing with.
So I feel like for me and Turnip, this would be a good game because we kind of know each other pretty well, and we can kind of get into each other's brain. Whereas you and I, we know each other well, but not
that well.
Not that well.
Yes. Also, I like to throw in chaos every once in a while. Just say, you know what?
Agent of Chaos.
Agent of Chaos.
What did you think?
Agent of Chaos on the Agent Avenue. I think that this game is a reasonable alternative to a few other games at a lower player count. So I think as far as the mechanics go, the mechanics of I offer, you take, like that mechanic has been done in a lot of other games, and I think it's pretty fun. I like the idea of kind of building up a stack of cards, although I kind of like. I don't know. I feel like I would like there to be a little bit more consequences of just stacking a bunch of cards, but there's only 6 of each card. There's 8 different suits, 8 different cards, and there's 6 of each card except for 2 of those cards. There's 1 of each of those, and one is a move forward 4, one's a move backwards 3. But the primary thing about it is it's just I don't know. I kind of wish there was consequences for having too many of a thing, and there's not really consequences for having too many of a thing. But then again, the game is straightforward enough. You're just trying to overtake your opponent, so there's not really a ton of room for adding in those extra bits of mechanics. But I mentioned before that I think this is a good alternative for another game, but at a lower player count. And that other game is Tussie Mussy. I mentioned that in the previous playthrough that we're doing.
When you started to it, I was like, keep it for this video.
Yeah, but we can mention both times. People listen. People like to hear that. I like to think people like to hear that. It's just me. Anyway. Differing directions aside, for what people may or may not want to hear, but Tussie Mussy is a great game for, I think it plays better at a higher player count because you're kind of giving and taking in a circle.
Okay.
Whereas in this game, you're just kind of giving and taking directly across. And you can do that with Tussie Mussy. It's just not as fun as, offering to 4 different people throughout the course of the game, or 3 different people throughout the course of the game. So I think this game is a pretty good slot in for that at 2 players. And I think the added advance mode that it has here with the black market cards is pretty nice. I do feel that the rules, and I don't know if I want to blame this on the rule book, but it just feels like there's something like, hey, if I move backwards across my opponent, do I win? And the rule book is like, no, that's never going to happen, so we're not going to talk about it. I was like, why? That's something that seems like it will happen.
It doesn't say that it's never going to happen. It just implies that you have, because one person's the catcher, one person's the one being caught. So it's my turn, I'm trying to catch you.
Right.
And if I move, if we both move backwards and you move behind me, I didn't overtake you, you moved behind me.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. And
I would like that to be a little clarified a little more, but
clarified a lot more. And
I was trying to be nice.
I understand. Well, it's it's not about nice or not nice. It's just kind of a simple fact of some things could be clear, and I know that the designers. Well, I don't know that, but I'm assuming that the designers, because it seems to be a pattern for other board games too. Like Fromage is a game that's coming to mind, where the designers released a errata in their second print of the game that basically said, hey, we play test this game a lot with a lot of different combinations, but then we let it go into the world, and there were so many questions and so many clarification things that people asked for that we've answered online, so we just include into the game.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of those situations to where the designers might have said, oh, nobody's really going to think about it, because clearly the catcher's from behind, right? But then when you and I are playing, especially when it matters, it's like if you take the negative, if you didn't take the one of the cards that I took, or if you made opposite decisions on one of those situations, then I would have lost. And I didn't know if I would have lost, because I was like, okay, wait, do I really want to play these cards? Because if I'm at risk of losing if Bear chooses wrong for me, then that's gonna be bad. So, people like myself and people like Apples, really want to okay, what is the actual ruling on this? Give me the judgment. What does the court say?
You can say that because Apples is a lawyer. Yeah.
Not a lawyer, is a attorney. No, that's not the right word.
Attorney is a lawyer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought the words meant something else, but yeah, correct. So having those clarifications would be nice.
Yeah. So overall, I give this a 7. I appreciate a good two-player game, and this one can get knocked out pretty quick. It doesn't take up my whole evening. It's not so difficult that I couldn't play this while drinking a glass of wine, maybe after like a nice meal or something. Like, this could be a nice date night thing, and it's not going to take up our whole evening.
And if you think about it, if you made this board into 4 cards, then you could make this whole entire thing just one giant deck. Because the board fits on 4 different cards. You just kind of put that on the table, get your little meeples moving around or pennies or something. Yeah, you can actually travel with this pretty easily. So it's a nice travel game too. And tiny box. Look at that.
It is a nice little box. What would you give this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, I didn't give my rating. I think if I had to give this a rating out of 10, I think I would stick with the 7 as well. I'm okay. I would stick with the 6.5. The reason why is because I feel like the times that I would want more from this would be a 2-player situation, because I feel like a 2-player situation is like open space for us to like do more advanced things and like have more fun with more complex rules, because I only have to teach the game once instead of teaching it 2 or 3 times to players around the table. So I would like to see more. I don't know what more you could add given the mechanism is just running around the board. So because of that, I'm dropping it to a 6.5 in comparison to something like Tussy Mussy, which I think I would easily put it like a 7.5, because there's enough variation between cards and cards, or all the cards you have, and there's expansion. So that goes a long way to say that if this game had like an expansion that added some more stuff, I would be into it. But my rating, I think I will sit at a 6.5.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it with us first. Probably not first, but you
Definitely
didn't
not
heard it from us. First, we've talked about it. 6.5.
Right.
Tell us what you think in the comments, and we look forward to hearing from you. As always, I'm your host, Bear, co-host, Blue, and keep those dice rolling.
That's it. Just keep those dice rolling.
Yeah, what the fuck else was that?